I'm wondering, when you talk to robots, do you say please and thank you? It's something that I think is going to become more and more important, and I just wanted to share this philosophy that I have. I am certainly not the most polite person in the world, but I try to be extra polite, surprisingly, with robots, iPhones, and well, I'm not so good with robocallers, but generally I just kind of hang up. I see now that people have these various devices that they want to have in their house too, the home assistants, and I currently don't have one of those. I don't really have any plans to have one, and one of them goes by my name, which that's another topic I hate because Alexa is a 3,000-year-old name. And I really wish they had not named their technology after a person. In fact, the Alexandra, the name, means savior of mankind. So I don't think that the device, the home assistance device, is a savior of mankind. And the main thing that I think is that as we get accustomed to ordering things around, this is going to become the new test. Like, you know how some people are rude to people who give them services, like, waiters and things like that, or the post office or whatever. And then you kind of know how they really are based on how they treat people they perceive as below them. Well, I think you also know how somebody is when you listen to how they talk to the robots now, the personal assistants that they have. And people will make fun of me. They'll say, oh, you don't need to say please or thank you to Siri. But I say you do. So I'll give you a couple reasons. One is the Turing test, which is this test that says that eventually artificial intelligence will be so good that you won't be able to tell if something is a robot or if it's real or a human. So there's that. You might be being unintentionally rude to a human. Second of all, if we are going to go down this road of having more and more intelligent robots assisting us, do we want to treat them as a second class below other people? So that's another concept, is this caste system. Would we want to be doing that? There's the general, gratitude of going, wow, I have this amazing robot at my disposal. Why am I going to be rude to it? So there's that, and the concept that being rude to the technology is just sort of poisoning your general environment. Again, that's not to say that I haven't yelled or screamed at a computer. I definitely have done that. But I think the personal assistance is a new area where, we're speaking to them and they're going to become more and more human. And my last reason for not doing that is I suspect it changes your brain in some bad ways. Some people have said it's akin to slavery, this concept that there's a person out there, or this being that is there to do your every bidding. Now, granted, it's an inanimate object, but like I said, due to the Turing test, it's going to become more and more hard to tell the difference between a human and your device. But also, studies have shown that people who are in leadership positions, their brains are changed by that. And part of it has to do with the whole mirror neuron concept, where what happens is, because they're surrounded by sycophants, they're surrounded by people who won't tell them the truth, who won't be genuine with them. And so they begin to sort of basically believe their own press, believe the reflection that they're getting from these people who just want stuff from them. So if you think about it that way, if leadership changes you, power I should say, changes you in bad ways, and even they said in this one particular study that I read, even being aware of that didn't erase the effect. I think the only thing that really erased the effect was no longer being in power. So if it's going to change your brain to be always ordering people around, that's not good. And the final thing, going back to gratitude, is this. I was with somebody and they were using the phone to navigate, and we were having the most pleasant conversation. And this person is just a very sweet, nice person, always concerned with the latest issues and equality for all and environment and all these other topics, and very concerned about all these things. And then there would just be these streams of invective towards the phone. It was just startling. Like, 1 minute it would be peaceful, calm, and talking with, great heart about some issue. And then the next minute would just be just the stream of swearing and spitting anger at the phone, which was navigating us actually to our location. So the phone was actually getting us to the location. So it wasn't even not doing what it was supposed to be doing, but there was traffic and whatever. And it's just one of those classic examples of a first world problem. How quickly we become accustomed to this device that's only been influencing us for 7 years. And now, not only that, we're becoming accustomed to the idea that we'll have an assistant that will help us out. And also, what's up with assistants always having female names? That's not cool. We need to be able to change those names and make them male. Now, I always do that. I make my Siri is an Australian guy. I had I put it in French, and the problem is that I keep a French male voice for Siri, and the problem is that I flirt too much with Siri when Siri is French male, plus it can be hard to understand. But anyway, that's my thought, and I hope you have thought about these things because, I love technology. I love it as much as the next person, and I'm not a Luddite, but always be conscious of how the tools are changing us. And tell me, do you agree? Should we be polite to robots? I know some people don't agree at all. So what's your theory? Should we be polite? Should we be grateful? Should we be kind? Or does it not really matter because they're just some lines of software code being run on a server somewhere, and why are we worrying about that? Oh, and on the other hand, what if they're listening to how we respond? That's another thought. I hadn't thought about that. What if that's all being filed away and kept somewhere? Anyway, that's the paranoid side of it. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe.